Honorable Speaker Sir, to meet the needs of Amrit Kal and to facilitate optimum regulation in the financial sector, public consultation as necessary and feasible will be brought to the process of regulation, making and issuing subsidiary directions to simplify, ease and reduce cost of compliance. Financial sector regulators will be requested to carry out a comprehensive review of existing regulations. For this, they will consider suggestions from public and regulated entities. Time limits to decide the applications under various regulations will also be laid down. To enhance business activities in GIFT IFSC, the following measures will be taken: delegating powers under the SEZ Act to IFSCA to avoid dual regulation, setting up a single window IT system for registration and approval from IFSCA, SEZ authorities, etc., permitting acquisition, financing by IFSC banking units of foreign banks, establishing a subsidiary of Exim Bank for trade refinancing, amending IFSCA Act for statutory provisions for arbitration, ancillary services and avoiding dual regulation under SEZ Act, and recognizing offshore derivative instruments as valid contracts to improve bank governance and enhance investors' protection. Certain amendments to the Banking Regulation Act, the Banking Companies Act and the Reserve Bank of India Act are proposed. To build capacity of functionaries and professionals in the securities market, SEBI will be empowered to develop, regulate, maintain and enforce norms and standards for education in the National Institute of Securities Markets and to recognize award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. A central processing center will be set up for faster response to companies through centralized handling of various forms filled with field offices under the Companies Act. For investors to reclaim unclaimed shares and unpaid dividends from the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority with ease, an integrated IT portal will be established. Digital payments continue to find wide acceptance. In 2022, they show increase of 76% in transactions and 91% in value. Fiscal support for this digital public infrastructure will continue in 2023-24 for commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. A one-time new small savings scheme, Mahila Samman Savings Certificate, will be made available for a 2-year period up to March 2025. This will offer deposit facility up to Rs 2 lakh. The maximum deposit limit for senior citizen savings scheme will be enhanced from Rs 15 lakh to Rs 30 lakh. The maximum deposit limit for monthly income account scheme will be enhanced from Rs 4.5 lakh to Rs 9 lakh for single account and from Rs 9 lakh to Rs 15 lakh for joint account. The entire 50-year loan to states has to be spent on capital expenditure within 2023-24. Most of this will be at the discretion of states, but a part will be conditional on states increasing their actual capital expenditure. Parts of the outlay will also be linked to or allocated for the following purposes: scrapping old government vehicles, urban planning reforms and actions, financing reforms in urban local bodies to make them credit worthy, for municipal bonds, housing for police personnel above or as part of police stations, constructing unity malls, children and adolescents, libraries and digital infrastructure, and state share of capital expenditure of central schemes. States will be allowed a fiscal deficit of 3.5% of GSDP, of which 0.5% will be tied to power sector reforms. The revised estimate of the total receipts other than borrowings is rupees 24 lakh crore, of which the net tax receipts are rupees 21 lakh crore. The revised estimate of the total expenditure is rupees 42 lakh crore, the revised of which the capital expenditure is about rupees 7.3 lakh crore. The revised estimate of the fiscal deficit is 6.4% of GDP, adhering to the budget estimate. Coming to 2023-24, the total receipts other than borrowings and the total expenditure are estimated at rupees 27 lakh crore and rupees 45 lakh crore respectively. The net tax receipts are estimated at rupees 23 lakh crore. The fiscal deficit is estimated to be 5.9% of GDP. In my budget speech for 2021-22, I had announced that we plan to continue the path of fiscal consolidation, reaching a fiscal deficit below 4.5% by 2025-26 with a fairly steady decline over the period. We have adhered to this path, and I reiterate my intention to bring the fiscal deficit below 4.5% of GDP by 2025-26. To finance the fiscal deficit in 2023-24, the net market borrowings from dated securities are estimated at rupees 11.8 lakh crore. The balance financing is expected to come from small savings and other sources, estimated at rupees 15.4 lakh crore.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.